Thanks for staying with us. Now, the Nigerian e-commerce sector was estimated to be worth $13 billion US in 2018. However, economic stagnation in the country has been slowing down internet retail, according to Eurometer International. Still, the e-commerce sector has been growing in popularity amongst Nigerians, making the country a leading hub for e-commerce in Africa. Now, the online retailing channel relies heavily on consumption from consumers with higher income, and many people still prefer to have a face-to-face transactions rather than online shopping. Now, the most popular products categories bought online are electronics and fashion, and are particularly in very high demand amongst young adults. Now, if you run an online business or you prefer shopping online, let us know why. And please tweet at us at Plus TV Africa or at WaysShowAfrica1 with the hashtag Ways, or send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. So I'm going to bring in our guest in 2 minutes, but I want you, Uti, quickly, and Sanzi, do you guys shop online? And what's been the experience like? Uti, quickly.
Jumia obsessed since the lockdown. You tell yourself that I'm good. Okay, this thing runs out, or you're doing something at home, and you remember that I need to buy something. In the past, when I go to the shops, I need to make a note. Yeah. Now I just go on Jumia, and Jumia knows. So every day Jumia is sending me emails.
Why you publicize? Did they pay you money?
I'm sorry. What you asked me?
I don't.
So you love online shopping?
I do.
Right, so now, how about you?
I don't have a good experience with the brand that she's been marketing. Because I mean, I got a laptop, and I bought a couple of other things, hair, outfit, shoes, but there is this particular smartwatch I bought, and it wasn't working, and the way they hyped it, I wore it, I returned it on the 5th day. I sent them a message. They haven't replied me till today, 2 months later.
Wow.
So I am upset, and so every good credit I've given them, I take it back.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But do you enjoy the experience of online shopping in Nigeria?
Yes, but I mean, generally, I think online shopping can be overwhelming. So we were having a conversation before we came on air about how, so I'm not going to mention again, how a certain social media platform continues to present you with the things that you search for. And so it can be overwhelming. But if you're someone like me, I like to shop, I like to find more things. Hey.
All right, so Aderonke is the founder and CEO of Lasode, a fashion e-commerce marketplace platform. Ade has always held a penchant for running her own business, and she's best described as a fashion savvy, conscious, and she carries a deep understanding of her target market and ideal customer, as she is ethically Nigerian, inherently African, but also a British citizen. She started Lasode with the desire to meet a growing need in the African market, and she's joined this conversation to throw more light on e-commerce. Thank you so much, Ade, for coming.
Thank you.
You look amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
In case they're not seeing it, let me help them to say it. Beyond the box, I'm enough.
Yep.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Generally, COVID-19 came, before you would never pay attention to e-commerce, but something happened, and the whole world has moved their buying and shopping. Everything has gone online. It's almost like right now, some people are even scared to go to any physical store. They'd rather just have the thing delivered to them. But let's hear your own assessment in terms of the Nigerian market. How has it been?
So, I mean, it's actually quite interesting because, Lasode essentially is an e-commerce platform. It's a marketplace platform. So what that means is that we have multiple sellers on a platform that are able to reach multiple people. And we've been sort of active for about, I'd say I've had the idea for a long time. We started operating about a year ago, but really been active in terms of our platform going live in the last 6 months. And what has happened is we have definitely seen a shift since COVID happened. So since everybody was locked down and people couldn't run their businesses, we've seen a massive shift. I mean, we're signing brands on continuously over the last few weeks. So people now understand that for your business to even stand a chance in the world we live in today, you do need to have a digital strategy. It's not it's not even an option anymore for you to stand a chance. So whether you're a fashion designer, a small business, whatever you are, you need to have some sort of digital strategy. You need to be online and visible online. So that's really what's been happening. In terms of Nigeria, I really laugh when people talk about e-commerce. I'm like, we're doing it already. We're doing it on WhatsApp. Okay. We're doing it on Instagram. We're doing it on Telegram, right? the fact that, you know, the brands that were mentioned earlier, so Jumia and the Congas are the big ones, doesn't mean, I mean, everybody and their dog is shopping online. And I know I have friends that buy potatoes from Kano.
She's right here with you.
And so yeah, so everybody's shopping online.
But I'll tell you that the basket of onions I just ordered from Joss it will be here in a week's time.
So
like I'm wondering, madam.
Exactly. So she hasn't seen the person face to face.
Yeah.
We're shopping online. So whether we like it or not, sooner or later, we're going to. E-commerce is going to be the order of the day.
Right.
All we need to be properly positioned for when it does take off. And I know that people have had bad experiences online, and you will have bad experiences online. I mean, there's always a quality issue, and also those are things we've thought about. So not only do you need online quality, you also need offline quality. You're looking at customer response times here. How quickly does your seller respond to your customer? You know, for me, what is key, and the thing we try to track consistently, is that buyer expectation is met. But not just that, it's what is buyer expectation. It's almost a formula. Buyer expectation equals buyer received, what buyer got. It has to be the same. Like, you can't, if the expectation...
You know the picture, sorry to cut you, know the picture on Instagram that what I ordered
and
for?
what I
got. Exactly.
The hashtag.
And that's really the key thing, that the expectation is met. In the first instance, as you said, it's at least met. So if they expect their goods in 2 weeks, they get it in 2 weeks. If what was quality of the item gotten, you know, and that is what we really want to be measuring. That simple equation of expectation versus reality.
Absolutely.
You know, we want to consistently track that.
So I just wanted to ask, and I'm glad that you mentioned about WhatsApp, Instagram, because I always wonder, what is there a definition? Does e-commerce mean I have to have a website? Or does it just mean any kind of electronic transaction? Because like you said, we've been buying via numerous types of website traffic, let me put it that way. So what is when we talk about this sort of figures that was mentioned from Euromonitor, what is actually encompassed in that space of e-commerce?
I think I would call any transaction that happens via a digital platform e-commerce. So anything that happens...
So if somebody gives me your phone number now and I ordered the goods via phone, e-commerce has happened.
Well, we can call that telecommerce.
Telecommerce,
But
okay,
I mean,
okay.
E-commerce is, I go on Instagram, I see a product, I look at it.
And I like it and I order it.
And then, you know, I mean, I was joking about telecommerce, but a lot of the times the actual transaction happens offline, right?
It moves to telecommerce,
exactly. So, I mean, how you take the payment is what you're talking about. But where you have seen the item, you know, you're just calling, at least in this space of area of the world, we're just calling to assure ourselves. In the UK, if you're on ASOS or Net-a-Porter, any of those platforms, you very comfortably push a transaction through without worrying about it, because those guys have already built a reputation for themselves. But we just feel a lot safer. And I think people need to understand that. So I tell people, I believe in e-commerce. And I believe in it seriously. It's not a joke. I've studied, I've looked at the market. But more importantly, I've experienced it. I was in the UK in the 2000s at the turn of the millennium, where I remember the first time I plugged a modem into my laptop and I got on the internet. We didn't have the internet. So see where we've come from. And the last 10 years, after living in the UK for 19 years, my last 10 years, I only shopped online. And whether it was Gucci, Louis Vuitton, you didn't have to go into Oxford Circus anymore. Like, people were moving goods all over the nation, and two companies literally started this, ASOS and Net-a-Porter. And now all of them are there. In fact, you can't exist. So Miss Selfridge, Topshop, everybody has a presence online. Debenhams, everybody has a presence online. You can't exist. Now that is the UK, where you have a high street in every corner. You can literally roll off your bed and roll into a mall. Imagine Africa, where we have limited malls. You want to tell me that eventually e-commerce will not be the order of the day?
This is the market for
it. It is. We don't even have the physical infrastructure. So why do we think... Yes.
Go online.
Okay, so now I understand what you're saying. Valid points, absolutely. Now, I was reading a report on Punch newspaper, an article on e-commerce, and they said that about 70% of Nigerians know about e-commerce. Now, out of that 70%, 32% only manage to go to the site, engage, and then a high percentage of that 32 only do window shopping. So they go there, see what they like, screen grab it, and go to Balogu Market. to buy it. Now, the reason during the Vox Pop, they said because they have trust issues and defective orders and all that. So I would like you to maybe address that in details. Yeah.
So I do that. And I'm talking about when I was in the UK. That's the whole idea about online. It's boundaryless and more people can access it. So I would go and type into Google iPhone 10 and see who's the cheapest, who's the fastest, who's the best, you know what I mean? And look around. Also check in the shops. That's just buying. Especially if we're women. If we're going to buy, we would check a million and one places, except it was an urgent need. So you have some transactions that may end up happening in the market. That's okay. I could also go on ASOS to copy an outfit. Can we just be realistic about what we do? You know, I could go on to Gucci and see, oh, this fantastic outfit. My tailor,
Come and help me.
come and sort it out. You know, so I mean, it's not that e-commerce doesn't happen. But I will tell you what happened this morning. Yesterday, I was doing my nails, and I went on someone else's page, you know, nail art page, a Nigerian girl. Now, I tell you know whatever, I've used her before, so I know exactly where her shop was in, so Pimpers Road, Yaba. And as I looked at it, I saw the title, Nail Educator. I said, you have to be kidding me. This is Moshe, Yaba. Where did she suddenly realize I need a funky name, Nail Educator. I said, okay, let me look. What we need to understand is, let me look further. Photo shoot for birthday. All these things that celebrities do, that the rich do, trust me, they are coming. They are looking for ways to do it cheaper. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we may be enjoying e-commerce today, thinking that someone in Yaba is not going to. It's aspirational. They will join.
Guess what? In fact, we are planning to do a photo shoot. If I tell you all the number of pages that we have visited.
Screenshot.
Exactly.
But it's interesting how the small person in Ikorodu there that you would think will never have the power, the visibility to own a store in Ikoyi or whatever. The person is doing so well online, getting calls to say, you know what, I want to do my nails, come to my, and the person is charging extra for that. But I wanted to ask a question though. Do we really need to collaborate? Because you mentioned something about, because Uti was asking that, do you need to go on a website? So my question is, because you are a collector, so you're a platform where everybody comes on to say, you know what, I want to come and showcase what I'm selling on your platform. Do I really need you, or can I stand on my own? What leverage would people have when they put their stuff on something like Amazon or Lasode? What benefit will it bring?
Fantastic question. It's the fact that, so let's look at what, say, a standard social media platform does. It looks like you and your friends. So someone puts their stuff on social media on IG, for instance. It's basically me and my network. And if someone in my network doesn't like it, so maybe someone likes it, then their friends see it or something. So the exposure is very, very limited, right? Very limited, regardless of what we think. So what a lot of fashion brands are doing is they make their stuff and then put it on a celebrity, and then maybe someone in London sees it, and then you suddenly feel that you have blown because you have one order from London. That's not the way. It's business, so it's about bringing in revenue, right? On a platform like us, people know that they're going there for fashion. They can browse through the many brands. There's a directory on there. You can see that. But besides that, when we come together, so a platform like Sosode, because we have the power, so we have banks approaching us and saying, you have a bunch of sellers on the platform. Let's see what we can offer them in terms of loans. How can we get them together? As an organization, we can put together better documentation that a small business might not be able to do, that allows us to raise the kind of funds. Now, for Losode to do what it really needs to do and to blow in across Africa, we're probably looking at an initial raise of about $1 million. How many brands even need or want $1 million, right? So what we're trying to solve is a fragmentation within the industry. The industry is fragmented.
It's big.
It's huge. Fashion is, everybody either does fashion on the side or is into fashion or likes fashion. It's a huge industry. And at $31 billion, which was SSA, so Nigeria was around $13-14 billion worth. We're not even scratching the surface of global fashion. Absolutely. Global fashion is $5 trillion.
Wow.
So we're not, 3 trillion at the last report I looked at, and estimated $5 trillion in a few years. are not scratching the
At all.
surface.
We are not
We need
even
to
there.
grow this market.
And you know,
So the way you're talking, hold on. Let us breathe small. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.